Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Jose Aldo to defeat Conor McGregor. And I'm here to talk about Martin Buday versus Josh Parisian. Martin Buday, or Buday, is 31 years old, 12-1 as a pro, and he's giving up 2 inches of reach to 34-year-old Parisian, who is 15-6. Martin, he's got 7 knockouts, 1 submission, 4 decisions. Just 4 decisions in his 12 wins, and 3 of them come in his last few UFC fights. His only UFC fights. He's beaten Jake Collier. He outlasted Jake and won a decision in the end. He beat Chris Huggy Bear Barnett, or whatever his new fucking name is. That was a technical decision. Still in round 3. He was up 3 rounds to nothing at that point, in my opinion. And he also beat Lucas Dresky by tight decision. That might be unanimous, might be split. Either way, it was bad. Still, though, I thought he was doing better later than he was early. So there's that. And before that, he knocked out Lorenzo Hood on the Contender Series. That was a round 1 knockout, and that was very impressive. Lorenzo Hood was pouring it on, and he took it, Martin, and turned it around, and Hood couldn't take it from him. His 1 loss comes via decision, and it's to Juan Espino, who's an excellent wrestler and one of the greatest what-ifs in MMA history. Made it to the UFC, and his 1 loss, ironically, comes by technical decision as well. But, yeah, that guy retired, but he was very fucking good. Just saying, if you don't know, that's a forgivable loss. Josh Parisian, he's got a record of 15-6, 11 TKO victories, 2 submissions, 2 decisions, and his 6 losses come 2 via knockout, 1 via submission, and 3 via decision. He was tapped out with the Kimura by this guy Brett Martin, who got him out of there in 1 minute. That guy Brett Martin doesn't seem like a bad fighter, but still, that's never a great look, and doesn't make you look too good on your back. And he was TKO'd against Dontel Mays in round 3. Again, grounded him and pounded him out. Tony Lopez, who's a very capable regional guy, journeyman for sure, got him out of there in round 2. And also Michel Batista. That's an exhibition, so it doesn't go on his record, but that was on The Ultimate Fighter. He beat the shit out of him. He was a bloody mess, and TKO'd him in round 2. And then he also lost 3 decisions. 1 to a guy earlier, and then to Jamal Pogues and Parker Porter. And the Pogues fight was pretty close. The Porter fight was not, and that's one of the few fights where Josh Parisian was outlasted. Not that he's a cardio machine or whatever, but he's not bad, cardio-wise. As he proved in Alain Bordeaux, that Alain Bordeaux fight. He TKO'd Alain Bordeaux in round 2. Totally took over, and Bordeaux had nothing for him. He was visibly gassed. And, look, Josh Parisian, he's like a slightly worse version, in my opinion, of Martin Buday. Martin is just a little sharper. They're both the same height or whatever, but I feel like Martin will bully him around in the clinch, which is unfortunately where I expect a lot of this fight to take place, unless Buday or Parisian hits a takedown easier than I expected to. But I think this fight could be a grinding zombie battle. This could be Frankenstein versus Frankenstein or something. But I do like Buday. I think Buday should win this fight. I think he's going to be stronger, a little, he's going to be able to muscle around Parisian. I think he will be more powerful and a little quicker as well. I just trust him more as an athlete. And not that I think he's the greatest athlete, but Josh Parisian's a little more slow and plodding, in my opinion. But both guys can be pretty active. Both guys have that zombie trait, sure, but zombies move forward, and that's something I could say about both these guys. So this one could go either way. I do think Martin Buday will win a decision, and I'm not betting on this one at all. Buday's money line is -200. That's not good enough for how I feel about this fight. And Josh Parisian, he's +165. Whatever. If I was inclined, maybe I'd go that way, because Josh Parisian, he doesn't have a weak chin. That's for sure. It's not like he's just going to get knocked out. I think this will be a zombie battle, and both guys are kind of going to be in it. But in general, I just trust Martin more. I think he's going to score more points, and even if he doesn't win the volume battle, he'll just look better. So Martin Buday by decision is the pick. No bet here. Like, share, subscribe, all that horseshit. Check out my other videos.